Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream English. Myself, Umar Fayaz, founder and head of teaching from the company. And today I would like to discuss with you the reading section. So I'm discussing the reading section with you, but I am specifically not discussing reading. Doesn't it sound really weird that I said that I'm going to discuss reading section with you and that I'm not discussing reading with you? Let me tell you why. As you all know that all modules are connected with each other in PTE. They are interlinked. So I'm going to discuss the tasks that will give you really good score in your reading section. So first of all, while you're doing your speaking section, the read aloud is going to give you marks in your reading section. And when you do your listening section, your highlight correct summary will give you marks in the reading section. And your highlight incorrect words will give you marks in the reading section. And when you're doing your writing section, your writing summary, summarized written text will give you marks in the reading section as well. Now, what I'm going to do, before I discuss in particular reading section with you, let me discuss the writing section first, because writing summary, as I mentioned before, is going to give you marks in the reading section as well. In terms of the writing summary, let me read the requirement for you first. That what is the first requirement to write a summary? When you write a summary, the first thing you have to make sure is, I have this writing summary paragraph in front of me, and I have the instructions as well for the writing summary, and it says, read the passage below and summarize it using one sentence. Type your response in the box at the bottom of the screen. You have 10 minutes to finish this task, and your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and on how well your response presents the key points in the passage. So I said one word, key points in the passage. Key points. Let me say this again, key points. Now, because in this task you are going to read a paragraph and then you're going to write a summary, so that is the reason you will get marks in the writing section, and that is the reason you will get marks in your reading section as well. And it's the equal distribution of marks in your writing, and it is the equal distribution towards your reading section as well. So if you really struggle in the reading section, you have to make sure that you write a good summary in your writing section, so it will lift up your score in your reading section as well. Now, let's get back to the point. Key points in the passage. I'm discussing the key points with you. Now, first of all, what are the key points in the paragraph? Most of the time when I have students, they come and they see me and they say, Umar, we have trouble finding out the key points in the paragraph. This is what they say, trouble finding out the key points. Now, when you have the paragraph and everything looks equally important, so you're not really sure that which information you have to include and which information you have to ignore from the paragraph. And you cannot separate your examples and you cannot separate your key points. So this is what I would like to discuss with you in this video. Because writing all the keywords from the paragraph will not only give you really good score in your writing section, but it will also give you good score in your reading section as well. So stay tuned. Now, the first thing I would like to discuss with you, if you guys have a pen and paper with you, you can even write this down as well, because it will be really useful for you. What are the key points? What is the definition of the key point when you're writing a summary? So the definition of the key point is, suppose this is the paragraph. This is the paragraph you have in front of you. Whenever writer starts with something new in the paragraph, whenever the writer starts with something new in the paragraph, that particular new starting is known as your key point. Now, let me put this in an example for you. You are reading a paragraph about butterfly. So you know that this whole paragraph is about butterflies. First of all, you will have your introduction, which is about butterflies. And then after the butterflies, they will talk about their larval stage. Then they will talk about their insect stage. Then they will talk about their food consumption. Then they will talk about where do butterflies live. So all these new things in the paragraph, the main topic is exactly the same. It is still about butterfly, but then it has different startings in the paragraph, and all those new startings are known as your key points. So keep that in mind. Now, some people they confuse themselves with the key points, and they confuse themselves with the examples as well. Keep one thing in mind: in the writing summary, you never ever write examples. Never ever write examples. So let me give you a hint from this paragraph. Not the hint, let me tell you properly that I have this paragraph in front of me, and I'm going to show you that how to identify the key points. So if you have a pen and paper with you, can you please grab that pen and paper, and we will start together now. So let's have a look on the screen for me. So if I read the first sentence here, it says, by far the most popular and most consumed drink in the world is water. But it may come as no surprise that the second most popular beverage is tea. So I get to know that the whole paragraph is going to be about tea. So this is my main topic. So whenever you're writing a summary, the first thing you have to do is you have to identify your main topic, which you have already. So the main topic in this paragraph is tea. And previously we were talking about water. So keep in mind, water is this summary is not about water, because if you see here on the screen with me, they, after using the word water, they are using the word but now. So but means the sentence before has less weightage, and the sentence after the but has more weightage, if it makes sense. So let's continue with that. But it may come as no surprise that the second most popular beverage is tea, although tea was originally grown only in certain parts of Asia. Now, in the second sentence, they are talking about the growth of tea. They are talking about what? They are talking about the growth of tea. Now, remember, we were talking about butterflies, and now what we are talking about? We are talking about the life cycle of a butterfly. So butterfly is the main topic, but then writer has started with something new, and that is the life cycle of a butterfly. So same thing goes here as well. So first of all, they are talking about tea, and now they are talking about the growth of tea. So if you have a pen and paper with you, this is what I do as well. When I write a summary, I write the main topic, and the main topic I have here is tea. And after tea, the second thing I'm going to write there is growth of the tea. Let's continue reading the sentence. In countries such as China, Burma, and India, keep one thing in mind. Whenever you see the words like such as, for example, ignore that in your summary, because such as means example as well. So never ever write that in your summary. Never write that. Now, it is now a key export product in more than 50 countries around the globe. So what they are talking about in this sentence now, they are talking about export product. So now you guys tell me, what do we mean by growth? Growth means growing something, and export means exporting something. So they are totally different things. So these two things are combine your key points, if it makes sense, because they are opposite from each other, and we have not talked about them previously. Let's continue reading the paragraph. Countries that grow tea. So we are talking about growth again, but we have already discussed growth up there. So it means that we have already mentioned about growth, so we are not going to talk about growth again. If you have the things which are repeating in the paragraph, you don't write that. You don't write repeating ideas in your summary. Okay, keep that in mind. Countries that grow tea, however, need to have the right tropical climate. Tropical climate. Did you talk about tropical climate? No, we haven't. In the whole paragraph, we did not discuss about tropical climate. So it means that tropical climate is another key point, which includes up to 200 centimeters of rainfall per year to encourage fast growth. Now, which includes, that is the explanation of tropical climate. That is the explanation of what? That is the explanation of tropical climate. So we don't include the explanation in our summaries. Keep in mind, we never include the explanations in our summaries. All right, very important hint for you. So we were talking about tropical climate, and in the next sentence, if we have a look, it says, and temperatures. So we did not talk about temperature before. So temperature is your new keyword. Temperature that range from 10 to 35 degrees centigrade. Explanation again. So we will not be writing that. We don't write explanation. Okay, keep that in mind. They also need to have quite specific geographical features. Geographical features, another key point. Make sense? Another key point for you. Because previously we were talking about tropical climate, then we have discussed temperature, and now we are talking about geographical features. All these three things are different from each other. And that is the reason that all these three things are your key points, which you must mention in your summary. Let's move on. Such as high altitude. So remember such as, whenever you see such as or for example, never write that, all right? Such as high altitudes to promote the flavor and taste of the tea, and land that can offer plenty of shade in the form of other trees and vegetations to keep the plants cool and fresh. Just the explanation of geographical features. So remember, we are not going to include this. Together, these conditions, which conditions? Your tropical climate, your temperature, and your geographical features. So it means they are repeating the same idea. So as I said to you previously as well, no repetition, no repeating ideas, no examples in your summary. Keep in mind. Together, these conditions contribute to the production of wide range of high quality teas that are in such huge demand among the world's consumers. There is green tea, jasmine tea, Earl Grey tea, peppermint tea. Example. You can combine this and you can say that there are many flavors of tea, but we will discuss that later. Okay, just forget about this part for the time being. Tea to help you sleep. Did we talk about sleep? No, we didn't talk about sleep. Tea to promote healing. Did we talk about healing? No, we did not talk about healing. And sleeping and healing, they are two different things, by the way, guys. Keep in mind, they are two different things. And tea to relieve stress. So relieving stress is a different thing as well. Keep this in mind. But above all, tea is a social drink. Here we go. Another key point for you. Tea is a social drink. That seems to suit the palates and consumption habits of human beings in general. So tea is a social drink for what? Tea is a social drink for human beings. So this is how you identify your key points in the writing summary. Okay. Now, as I said earlier, all the new startings in the paragraph, whatever differentiates from the previous sentence is going to be the new key point for your summary. Okay. Now guys, I will wrap up the key points here. I will leave this paragraph in the description for you. Can you please do me a favor? Can you please go through with this paragraph again, identify the key points which we have identified together, write a sentence for this summary, and you can either send it to us on our email. I will leave my email in the comments below. Send it to me and I will check it for you guys and I will give you the feedback. And the next video I'm going to make for you, we will discuss 2 or 3 more summaries, and also I will tell you how to make a proper sentence formation by using right connectors. Until then, goodbye, thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you. Cheers.